It's Monday, October 29th. This is PSN News. Tonight we'll bring you the story of a Penn State athlete and her battle with cancer.
We also have more on the shooting at a Pittsburgh synagogue this weekend that left 11 dead.
I'm Anjelica
And I'm Brannon DeWolf.
A former Penn State ice hockey coach will be inducted into the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame on November 3rd. Joe Batista graduated in 1982 and served as captain for the Icers club team. He later became the program's head coach. Batista coached the Icers to 6 national titles and 10 consecutive American Collegiate Hockey Association championship games. He won 512 games in his 19 years of coaching. Batista also helped establish Penn State's NCAA Division I men's and women's varsity ice hockey programs and the construction of Pegula Ice Arena.
A movement to help a Penn State student athlete suffering from cancer is taking the country by storm. Nikki Nolte, a freshman and new member of the Penn State swim team, is fighting cancer for the second time. This time, however, she has the support of her teammates, school, and thousands of people across the country. Hashtag Nikki Strong has been making waves across social media as teams have been reaching out to wish her luck. The Nolte family is still accepting donations on a Nikki Strong GoFundMe page.
Isabella Webster was named the Executive Director for Homecoming 2019. She previously served as the Donor Relations Director. Webster was chosen through an application and an interview process with Homecoming staff advisors. Allie Burden says Webster's leadership, organizational skills, and passion for Homecoming will help her excel. Webster will now select the rest of the executive committee for the upcoming year. Webster says she's excited to see the committee continue to guide State forward and make an impact on our community.
The long-standing Atherton Hotel in downtown State College is getting a new name and look in 2019. A Chicago-based real estate company recently acquired the 31-year-old hotel. AJ Capital Ventures plans to completely renovate the building and reopen it as the Graduate State College. The State College location will join the 11 other operational Graduate Hotel locations. 12 more are planned to open by 2020. Graduate State College will feature guest rooms, common areas, the Tarragon Restaurant, and the Roomers Lounge. It will also have 5,000 square feet of flexible meeting and event space. This latest expansion is just one of many slated for the downtown State College area. New apartment buildings and retail spaces are continually coming into view for locals and visitors alike. Stay tuned, because after the break, we have an interview with Army ROTC cadets Matthew and Noah. Hello and welcome back to PSN News. Tonight we have Army ROTC cadets Matthew Lamb and Noah Van Blarkum with us to hear more about Military Appreciation Week and some of the events going on. So guys, what's it like to have this time set aside for military appreciation here at Penn State?
You want to take it first?
It's pretty humbling. So we have the opportunity to learn about military leadership from some of the best cadre here at Penn State, and a time to reflect on those who have come before us. That's what this time is dedicated to. It's humbling. I mean, we're going into a profession where people are sacrificing everything, and knowing that is it's a great responsibility for us.
Great.
Having the college and the university and the community to support us, take time out of their day and to take time to recognize all the sacrifices that veterans have made. It's nice because, we feel appreciated going into it. He said it right. It is a profession, and it's something to know that we have the support of our community behind us means a lot.
Okay, great. And what did you guys go to the military appreciation game here at Penn State? Did you have a good time?
I did go to the military appreciation game. It was a good time. It's always fun to go out there and have the football team and Penn State athletics recognize and support the sacrifices that the veterans make.
Yeah, it was wet and windy, but it was fun.
Okay, cool. So what other events has the university put on to kind of publicize the military tradition and the awareness of this month during this time period? Has there been other stuff other than the football game that you guys have attended or maybe heard about or thought about throwing for Military Appreciation Month?
Coming up on November 5th, Sergeant Brian Anderson is coming to speak. He's a triple amputee, so it'll be nice for him to come in, listen to his story and how he's moved on with his life and all the sacrifice that he made. And it's really nice, the fact that they're able to bring in these veterans to come in and speak.
Yeah, and then on Veterans Day, there's a Freedom 5K. It's a run to raise awareness for PTSD. So that's another great community event to support the military.
And are you going to be running in it?
I will be.
Okay, good. Are you going to win the whole thing for us?
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so we know it's the 100th anniversary of women serving in the military. How has that impacted the typical lineup of events and opportunities to honor women? Is kind of reflecting the new dynamics of what's going on here?
Having it be the 100th anniversary of women coming into the military, it's great because it's given the opportunity to recognize the sacrifices that women have made in this and for the last 100 years. There's a speaker coming in, a retired Marine major coming in and speaking. Wow. So it just adds in more recognition.
Yeah, it's even more important nowadays. For the last few years, women have been allowed to serve in combat arm roles. So now more than ever, women in the military is an important issue.
Okay, great. It seems like we're doing a great job of keeping on the tradition while also bringing in new stuff to be the best everybody can be. And that's really great to hear from you guys, and I appreciate you coming out today. Great. So that's all the time we have for now. Thanks so much for joining us today, Matthew and Noah. Up next, Natalie Graham will bring you the latest in entertainment news. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Natalie Graham with your entertainment update. American country band Old Dominion hit the Bryce Jordan Center this Friday. Their music is mainly contemporary country with rock instrumentation and slight pop overtones. The concert began with their hit single, Song for Another Time. The band did not speak to the audience until 3 songs in. Fans say that left a greater significance for the lyrics and instrumentals. Old Dominion decided to play a variety of old hits as well as new. The band played on a T-shaped stage, which allowed for more engagement with the audience. The Psychedelic Furs played a sold-out show at the State Theater on Friday. Many middle-aged fans came to see the English rock band. They say it brought back memories from high school and college. The band played classics like Ghost of You. The song was later used in the Netflix original series Stranger Things and Pretty in Pink. The band has not released a full-length album since 1991's World Outside. They went on hiatus in 1992, but the Psychedelic Furs later continued to perform in the early 2000s and are still performing all over the world today. This past week, a student-created art exhibit called Power Lines opened up at the Visual Arts Building. Reporter Gabriella Hornak was there with the story.
Here at Penn State University, new innovative art installations are culturally entangled at the center of student life.
I'm Gabriella Hornak reporting to you for PSN News and the Visual Arts Building, where Michelle Lake and Katie Pack have just released their new art exhibit, Power Lines.
The two artists created their idea for the show over the past summer with the dream of hosting it in the Zoller Gallery at the Visual Arts Building.
So both of us have some pieces that we did last semester, and a lot of it has been made this semester, which is pretty impressive. We had a pretty short deadline.
Both Pack and Lake had different sources of inspiration, but managed to merge them into a cohesive collection of ceramics and paintings.
Every piece is one part of a conversation, but you don't really get the full story until you see this whole room and you see all the different ideas that are finally talking with one another. And it's more so being in the presence of that conversation than just having a conversation with one of the pieces that I find really exciting.
Katie Pack features a lot of ceramic and metalwork into her work because of the fluidity of the materials, while Michelle Lake plays with a rusty architectural nature color scheme. Penn State students bring creativity to artwork in all forms.
I'm Gabriella Hornak reporting to you for PSN News.
Little Mix is rejecting ladylike stereotypes in their new album, out November 5th. Their Women Like Me music video features Nicki Minaj. In the video, the 4 singers are in a correctional facility learning how to properly sip tea and iron clothes. As the chorus rolls in, the girls break free and live as they please. Fans are tweeting about breaking gender norms and girl power in the video. They praise Little Mix for strength and equality. The video is available on YouTube and Vevo. That's your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Justin Korman has the latest in sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Justin Korman with your sports update. Penn State football earned a much-needed home win on Saturday night, and the Nittany Lions did so by protecting a fourth-quarter lead. Penn State overcame a slow start to defeat the Iowa Hawkeyes 30-24 in front of a Beaver Stadium crowd of 105,000. Quarterback Trace McSorley battled a stout Hawkeye defense and a right leg injury to lead the Lions to their 6th win of the season. He passed for 167 yards and rushed for 63 more, including a 51-yard touchdown. The Penn State defense kept the Iowa offense out of the end zone the entire game, and safety Nick Scott's goal line interception with 3 minutes left preserved the victory for the blue and white. Penn State travels to Ann Arbor to play Michigan next Saturday. Penn State men's soccer beat Rutgers 2-0 to close out the regular season on Sunday. Callum Pritchett and Ethan Beckford scored for the Nittany Lions. Meanwhile, keeper Josh Levine earned the clean sheet against the Scarlet Knights. It was senior night at Jeffrey Field, and the Lions clinched the 6th seed in the upcoming Big Ten tournament. Penn State finishes the season with a record of 6-8-2 and will face Michigan State in the first round of postseason play this Saturday. And the Cleveland Cavaliers sent shockwaves to the NBA universe Sunday morning after firing head coach Ty Lue only 6 games into the season. The reigning Eastern Conference champions have yet to win a game since league play began earlier this month. A tumultuous offseason saw the Cavs lose All-NBA forward LeBron James to free agency to the Los Angeles Lakers. Lue and James led Cleveland to an NBA championship in 2016. It was the city's first pro sports title in 52 years. Reports indicate Larry Drew will coach the Cavaliers in an interim capacity moving forward. That was your sports update. We'll have this week's weather report right after the break. Stay tuned.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good Monday evening, State College. I'm student meteorologist Patrick right here with your CNET forecast, and we're going to stop and take a look at our fall foliage. We do have some of the peak color up in the Poconos and your Scranton up towards Bradford, then the higher amounts of color throughout the rest of the state except for the southeast. You just see the moderate color towards Philadelphia, but otherwise the leaves are turning and they're beginning to fall. I know some of the trees are looking pretty good here on campus, but sadly it's not all of them. Now in terms of the weather here in State College, currently it's 45. The clouds are hanging around. A few showers moved through earlier this afternoon, but overall 45 degrees right now, feeling like 39 and a west wind of 12 miles an hour, so it is a little chilly outside. But overall, the rest of the state, much of the same, 40 in Johnstown, 41 up in Du Bois. The warm spot will be Philadelphia at 57. And that's going to be the general spread for most of the state, lower to mid-40s and a few spots in the upper 50s. Now, in terms of the satellite and radar, a few showers moved through earlier this afternoon, and then we do have some general clouds moving in right now and getting ready to leave us as we head into the evening hours. So what does this look like in the future? The clouds will move on out, and then we do expect the winds to stay relatively from the northwest, keeping us relatively cool for this evening. But I do think this model is downplaying the amount of clouds we'll have, so I think we'll have a few more clouds in the area this evening, so maybe a partly cloudy sky from the most part. But by tomorrow, we do have some of the clouds move on out, generally a partly cloudy to mostly sunny sky as we head throughout the day. But then that does lead into our next system. Notice the winds change direction coming up from the south, so we do warm up. However, we do have our next weather maker coming in, and that is going to bring some wet weather to Halloween trick-or-treaters Wednesday night. Now, in terms of the weather for tonight, 37 degrees, decreasing clouds for most of the night. So it's not going to be too bad of a night, but we do expect the clouds to hang around. Then by tomorrow, we have a high of 55, and so we do enjoy some of the sunshine. However, it's not summer, but it's still going to be there. So do get out and enjoy it, especially after the washout of a weekend we just had. Now, in terms of the 7-day forecast, what can we expect in the future? Wednesday, 62 degrees, 63 on Thursday. PM showers moving in, so just in time for the trick-or-treaters, I'm sorry. So you may have to bring some of the raincoats for your costumes. But overall, that does kick off a period of rain by Thursday and Friday. Chance of rain Thursday, showers Friday, but then we dry out for the weekend, the first weekend in November. 52 degrees for a high, 50 for a low on Sunday, and then we warm up to about 56 degrees on Monday with increasing clouds throughout the day to start off the first full week of November. For the Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Patrick Wright. Make it a good evening, everybody.
2 bodies found last week on the banks of the Hudson River have been identified as sisters from Fairfax, Virginia. Talia Ferreira was reported missing from Fairfax since August 24th. The sisters were found tied together at their feet. They were bound at the waist by what appeared to be duct tape, according to the New York Police Department. Both were pronounced dead at the scene, and there were no obvious signs of trauma. An investigation is currently underway.
A mass shooting hate crime in Pittsburgh this weekend left 11 people dead and the gunman in police custody. Robert Bowers faces 29 charges after storming into the Tree of Life synagogue and murdering 11 worshipers inside. The charges include multiple counts of 2 different hate crimes. Bowers purposely targeted members of the Jewish faith in his attack and online. Prior social media posts by Bowers are blatantly anti-Semitic. The Anti-Defamation League believes this to be the deadliest attack on the Jewish community in U.S. history. President Trump ordered flags at half-mast following the shooting. He offered his condolences for all those affected.
Federal authorities arrested and charged Cesar Sayoc Friday for sending more than a dozen potential package bombs to Democratic politicians and media figures critical of President Trump. The 56-year-old sent the bombs to Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton, among other recipients. Authorities say Sayoc was motivated by, quote, political violence. Sayoc did not have a notable interest in politics until the 2016 election, when he started to support Trump's campaign. Sayoc appeared in court in Miami for the first time earlier Monday afternoon.
Journalist and political commentator Megyn Kelly has been removed from NBC's Today program lineup. Kelly came under fire last week following her passionate defense of using so-called blackface makeup. Despite an apology, her show, Megyn Kelly Today, was canceled in the fallout. Blackface makeup has long been seen as a demeaning and racist way to portray African Americans. Kelly had said the use of blackface was okay when she dressed up as a kid. The Today Show will continue this week with new hosts to fill Kelly's absence.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News. Thank you for joining us.